JohnCMaxwell, Developing the Leader Within You. Embark on a journey to unlock your leadership potential with JohnCMaxwell's Developing the Leader Within You. This summary breaks down the powerful principles of leadership, collected and distilled into 5 distinct levels, from positional leadership to personhood. Explore how mastering aspects like priorities, integrity, adaptability, self-discipline, and vision will enable you to climb the leadership ladder and influence those around you in a positive way. Designed for readers across various age groups, this summary aims to deliver key insights from the book with clarity and simplicity, steering clear from vague and nebulous descriptions.
The 5 levels of leadership. Leadership, the undeniable quality of influential people, is often defined as the power to inspire others to follow. With countless examples such as John F. Kennedy, Winston Churchill, and Adolf Hitler, it is evident that leadership bears various tiers. The hierarchy of leadership is divided into 5 levels: position, permission, production, people development, and personhood. Each level emphasizes different aspects, such as title, relationships, results, mentorship, and lifelong influence. Identifying your current level and learning to excel amid these stages allows you to enrich your leadership qualities and ascend through the ranks. Everyone, from corporate executives to stay-at-home parents, understands that leadership is a crucial attribute that sets powerful individuals apart. But what truly defines leadership? At its core, it is the capacity to galvanize others to follow you, transcending ethical judgments. Notable historical figures like John F. Kennedy, Winston Churchill, and even Adolf Hitler serve as examples of effective leaders merely because of their ability to amass followers. However, to delve deeper, it is essential to recognize the hierarchical structure of leadership, comprising 5 distinct levels: position, permission, production, people development, and personhood. Position, the most rudimentary level, is derived from titles and the mere designation as a leader. Permission, on the other hand, emphasizes relational aspects. Leaders attaining this rank are keenly attuned to the desires and needs of their followers and genuinely value their opinions. But remember, permission-based leadership is vulnerable, as neglecting your followers' expectations can lead to a swift demise. The 3rd level, production, focuses on delivering tangible results. When your connections begin to generate outcomes, you become a leader worthy of following due to your team's success. Climbing to the 4th level, people development, followers appreciate your guidance and mentorship. Here, nurturing your team's skills reaps absolute loyalty. Lastly, the pinnacle of leadership, personhood, is rarely achieved but remains accessible to those dedicating their lives to influencing others. This exalted level signifies the respect you command and the inspiration it provides. So, where do you stand within this leadership hierarchy? By embracing these 5 stages, you can hone your leadership skills and continually advance in your journey. Mastering priorities in leadership. To excel as a leader, it's essential to understand and prioritize tasks, projects, and people. Evaluate tasks based on importance and urgency, and apply the 20-80 principle for resource allocation, focusing on top performers and crucial projects to drive organizational success. Aspiring to be an effective leader? Begin by mastering the art of setting priorities. Establishing clear priorities allows you to identify the vital tasks and people that deserve your attention. It may seem uncomplicated, but exceptional leaders prioritize on several levels. First, learn to distinguish projects and tasks according to their importance and urgency. Concentrate your efforts on tasks that rank high in both categories. For instance, while drafting a sales report might be important but not urgent, it should form part of your team's daily work, pursued meticulously rather than hastily. On the other hand, certain tasks may have urgency without bearing much importance, such as checking emails. Finish these promptly so you can progress to more critical tasks. Furthermore, items that are neither important nor urgent, like filing documents, can be attended to in short intervals, perhaps once a week. Developing the ability to categorize tasks and projects is vital, as setting improper priorities can misguide your organization. Moreover, prioritize not just tasks but also the allocation of energy, money, time, and staff for each project. For this, employ the 20/80 principle. Allocate 80% of your resources, like finances and energy, to the top 20% of your organization's priorities. Dedicate 80% of your time to the most productive staff who are responsible for 80% of your organization's success. Delegate and outsource the remaining 80% of priorities, and utilize the top 20% of your team to train new personnel. In a nutshell, give precedence to the best people, tasks, and projects. Making the right investments in these areas will lead to the highest levels of success. Integrity, the leadership compass. Integrity plays a vital role in effective leadership as it involves adhering to a set of values without fail and maintaining consistency in actions. This steadfast nature fosters trust, which is essential for those you lead. Integrity also lays the foundation for a long-lasting and positive reputation, as people with integrity are viewed as reliable and genuine, both from a distance and in everyday interactions. Integrity is a vital component of effective leadership as it serves as your guiding compass, leading you to act based on your core values. When you consistently uphold these values and follow through on your promises, you instill trust and inspire others to follow you. A study from Stanford University demonstrated the impact of visual learning, showing that an impressive 89% of our learning is through observing others. Therefore, when you lead by example, staying true to your values and consistently paying close attention to the needs of your customers, your team will follow suit. Maintaining this consistency increases your credibility as a leader, allowing people to understand who you are and what they can expect from you. This understanding fosters trust, an essential ingredient for success in leadership. Consider the implications of trust. Would you heed advice from someone you don't trust, or follow a commanding officer into a dangerous situation if their integrity was in question? The importance of trust in leadership is evident, with integrity being the key to establishing it. Integrity is also the bedrock of your enduring reputation. Many people experience disappointment when meeting someone they admire because the individual doesn't match their perceived image. However, those who possess integrity are able to preserve their reputation over time due to the consistency between their public image and their behavior in personal interactions. In conclusion, showcasing integrity in your actions and decision-making serves as the foundation for a strong and successful leadership journey, fostering trust and solidifying your reputation as a reliable and authentic leader. Embracing change for effective leadership. The key to exceptional leadership lies in creating positive change and adapting to new circumstances. It's crucial for leaders not to resist alteration but to understand and guide employees through the challenges that come with it. Providing a clear sense of direction and involving team members in the process can help reduce the negative impacts of change, ultimately leading to a thriving organization. You may believe that you're an outstanding leader, but have you considered how your actions benefit the organization as a whole? Creating positive change ranks high in the principles of leadership, as the ability to adapt and embrace innovation can determine the success of any team. Leaders must be open to change, otherwise, their rigidity can hinder growth and negatively affect the entire organization. Take Henry Ford, for example. Upon creating the Model T, he became so attached to it that he refused to entertain any modifications, even firing a top production official who suggested updates. While Ford's expertise in manufacturing is indisputable, his resistance to change jeopardized the company's progress. In the ever-evolving, competitive world, businesses must learn to pivot and stay on top of industry innovations. If leaders are inflexible, their organizations risk being left behind. Eventually, Ford recognized the necessity to modernize the Model T after witnessing General Motors develop advanced vehicles. By releasing the Model A, Ford retained his stronghold in the automobile industry. However, adapting to change takes more than mere realization. Leaders must also address the psychological effects experienced by their employees. Change can be stressful, pushing team members out of their comfort zones and into uncharted territory. Leaders can mitigate these anxieties by being transparent about the reasons for change and the goals it aims to achieve. By keeping employees in the loop, leaders enable them to take ownership of the change, ultimately diminishing its negative impacts and fostering a strong, adaptable organization. Mastering self-discipline for success. Embrace self-discipline as the linchpin for personal and organizational growth. Start small with consistent daily routines, seek support from disciplined individuals, practice for 60 days, and celebrate your achievements to nail success in different areas of life. Leaders rise above the rest by mastering self-discipline. As a leader, your personal growth and dedication play a crucial role in the overall development of your organization. The catch is, many people often struggle with self-discipline, hindering their potential as leaders. However, by starting small and committing to a daily routine, anyone can gradually build and improve self-discipline. A prime example of this principle is the Indiana University basketball team, who won the 1976 NCAA National Championship. Their coach attributed the team's victory to their self-discipline and constant drive to improve. Similarly, you can lay the groundwork for success in your sphere by implementing a few key strategies. First, identify 5 areas where you seek improvement in self-discipline, and rank them according to priority. Next, find someone who is already disciplined in your top priority area and request their assistance in monitoring your progress. Each morning, dedicate 15 minutes to working on the top priority. Additionally, allot 5 minutes twice daily, once at noon and once in the evening, to reflect upon your progress. Consistency is essential. Commit to these routines for 60 consecutive days to develop self-discipline in that specific area. Once you achieve that milestone, move on to your next priority. Rinse and repeat. Remember to celebrate your accomplishments in mastering each new area, preferably with the person who supported you throughout the process. By actively working on your self-discipline and celebrating your victories, you will forge a path to personal and professional success. Visionary leadership secrets. Becoming a visionary leader requires having a clear idea of your organization's goals and how you'll inspire your team to achieve them. Great accomplishments of historical figures like Beethoven, Homer, and Rockefeller remind us that success begins with a deep belief in one's aspirations. To create a vision, consider what you desire and what drives you every day. Yet, keep in mind that possessing a vision alone is not enough. You also need the valuable experience to guide your team effectively. As you gain leadership experiences, your ability to attract followers and share your vision will grow stronger. Leaders distinguish themselves by having a clear vision of their organization's direction and the ability to motivate others to work towards it. A vision is a mental image of what you want your team to accomplish, and it serves as the driving force behind your daily work. Even when facing significant challenges, remarkable figures like Beethoven, who was deaf, and Homer, who was blind, achieved extraordinary success by sticking to their visions. In order to develop your own vision, dig deep and ponder what truly matters to you. What are your aspirations? What motivates you to persist day after day? Reflect on these questions in all areas of your life, as recognizing your destination is vital to reaching it. However, a vision alone does not make a great leader. It is essential to accumulate valuable experiences that transform your vision from naive idealism into practical strategy. Inexperienced leaders may expect blind obedience, but seasoned leaders understand that people need trust and reasons to follow. As you develop your leadership skills and attract followers, you will find it easier to share your vision and inspire others to pursue it.
As we wrap up our dive into Developing the Leader Within You by JohnCMaxwell, let us recap the essential lessons gleaned from the 5 levels of leadership. Setting effective priorities helps you direct attention to productive tasks and people. Integrity acts as the bedrock upon which trust and credibility are built. Embracing change ensures adaptability and relevance in a dynamic world. Cultivating self-discipline allows you to lead by example and drive personal growth. And finally, possessing a clear and empowering vision fuels your passion and inspires people to follow in your footsteps. Apply these valuable takeaways to your leadership journey and watch yourself transform into an influential and effective leader.